This week's autism news gets off to a bumpy start because I have to talk about one of my least favorite things, which is known as either the Master Mineral Solution or Miracle Mineral Supplement, which has been in the news again. The Food and Drug Administration has issued a warning for people who believe that this so-called miracle solution will cure either autism and cancer. The people who hawk this stuff, which is basically bleach, claim that it cures just about everything from HIV to Alzheimer's to, as I said earlier, autism. It's really infuriating. I get really upset when I hear about people who are basically playing on the fears of families who have a loved one who is diagnosed with autism and who are basically trying to take advantage of that fear to get money. And that's very much what this company is doing. The FDA wants people to know that there is no reason to take these products and that there is absolutely no reason to give these products to a child ever. Basically, the solution is 28% sodium chloride in distilled water. Usually they have people mix it with lemon or lime. Sometimes there's an activator that's sold with it. It does not cure anything. It is preying on the fears of people who are already afraid, on the fears of people who are desperate. Because chlorine dioxide is toxic, in the US it's limited to 0.8 milligrams per liter of water, but when people take this product, they're recommended to drink several ounces of that at a time, which is way more than the limit and which is not safe at all. So basically, don't give your kids bleach. I'm guessing if you like my channel, you probably don't, but in case someone is out there who has fallen into one of these secret Facebook groups or has been told about one of these cures, and there is no cure for autism. There's no cure for having just a different type of neurology. You can't cure someone from a different way of thinking. You can't. So if you have fallen into the trap of thinking that this miracle solution is going to cure your child, just know that you are literally giving your child bleach to either drink, or I've also heard of people using bleach as an enema. Don't do that either. Just don't put bleach inside your body. They claim that it purges Alzheimer's and that 170 children have been cured with autism in the last 4 years. However, many deaths have been reported over the years of individuals who have ingested this product, and other people have reported permanent injury or health complications, including a 6-year-old boy who reportedly had to have part of his bowels removed because he was given this product, and he had to be fitted for a colonoscopy bay after being given MMS. Stay away from this product. Do not get involved with this. Out of all of the so-called cures that are out there, this is absolutely one of the most upsetting. Really, it makes me so furious every single time that I hear about it. Saying do not give your child bleach should not even be something that needs to be said. Okay, so I think we should follow up that news with something that is a little bit more lighthearted. This is actually from the comment section of last week's news, and it is from Jean, and she shared that in Cynthiana, Kentucky, the Baptist church is recycling pop cans for a 7-year-old boy so that he can get a service dog. And that is exactly the sort of news that we need right now. That is amazing. I know that sometimes it can be really hard for families to find faith communities where they feel welcome. So that's really uplifting and heartwarming news to hear. Lincoln Financial Field, which is the home of the Eagles, announced the opening of a new sensory room for the use of those who needed to find a place to seek refuge from sensory overload. According to their press release, it's one of the first of its kind in a professional sports stadium. The room has bags with noise-canceling headphones, fidget tools, verbal cue cards, and weighted lap pads. It will also have trained professionals there to help anyone who needs to use the room. And honestly, after using a sensory room like that on our visit to Edaville, I can tell you how necessary and what a blessing it can be to families. And similar news coming out of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh International Airport recently opened a suite of sensory rooms that is 1,500 square feet inside of their airport terminal to help travelers who are on the autism spectrum decompress from the stress of flying. It is one of the handful of airports that has made this change. The room has soft furniture, whimsical lighting, colorful bubble towers, and multiple soundproof rooms. There's also a room that is designed to replicate an airplane cabin, which is pretty awesome. The space is called Presley's Place and is named for Presley Rudge. Presley is the 4-year-old son of a Pittsburgh International Airport worker, Jason Rudge. Presley is on the spectrum and is considered to be nonverbal. Rudge, who operates heavy equipment at the airport, had pitched the idea to the airport CEO about a year ago because flying is so difficult for the family. Other airports with sensory rooms include Atlanta, Birmingham, Alabama, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, Gatwick in the United Kingdom, and Shannon in Ireland. I am super impressed because Presley's Place looks like a really cool sensory room. A new study released last Thursday says that they have discovered dozens of genes that can increase a person's chances of being on the spectrum. The study that was led by UCLA researchers mapped the DNA of 2,300 people from 500 families, and they found 69 genes that could increase the chances that a child would be on the autism spectrum. Of those 69 genes, 16 had not been previously suspected of being linked to autism. Researchers found that parents of children with autism had much more of a chance of carrying these high-risk genes than parents of children who were not on the spectrum. The researchers studied families who had at least 2 children who were on the spectrum. Of the children in the study, 960 had autism and 217 did not. That study was published in the journal Cell. I really don't find that super shocking. I have 2 genetic mutations. Paul has a genetic mutation. If you're new here, you may not know this. Paul and I have the same autosomal recessive mutation that is an unknown variant. We know that at least Tessie got both copies of the mutated gene. We do not know about any of our other kids. Scientists from the Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center have begun screening children at their 12-month checkup, which is 6 months earlier than children are usually screened for autism. This study was launched 5 years ago, and they are trying to roll back the age in which children can be evaluated for autism. They're working to train more pediatricians and diagnosticians so families don't have to wait so long for diagnosis and interventions. There was so much autism news this week that it was really hard to choose, which I guess is probably something that I'm going to be able to say most weeks, because autism is a popular subject in the news these days. Did you see anything interesting in the news this week that I missed? Did anything interesting happen locally that you would like to share? If so, I would love to hear about it in the comments section. If you like this video, I would love it if you'd give it a thumbs up, and if you're interested in all things autism, I'd love it if you'd hit subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.